and get you caught up as to what's happening in the world of motorsports. And speaking of the world, we're going to travel to Abu Dhabi first and take a look from inside the cockpit of Sebastian Vettel, the 2013 champion. This is what it looks like when this guy is just kicking everybody's rear end from here to Pittsburgh or Abu Dhabi for that matter. But it's pretty cool here. It looks like a fairly normal F1 track, doesn't it, Jason?
Yeah, wouldn't it be cool to drive one of those?
Oh, it would be awesome.
It'd probably be
now,
possible.
this is a great shot, and you see that it looks fairly new. It's about 4 or 5 years old from when they first built this thing, but we have a better look at this that we first found about 4 years ago as we take a look at the race course in Abu Dhabi. Now, check this out. This is the track, and everything you see here, this is an animation that is actually better to show you what is going on. Everything looks real. Everything looks exactly like this animation, which is the most amazing thing of all. So the track looks really nice, almost looks like a slot car track.
Wow.
In Abu Dhabi. Again, this was built with oil money, so the oil money, they went to the nines when it came to creating the different, like the scoreboards, and the drivers can see where they're standing. There's messages that can be flashed to the drivers, the different runoff areas for the safety purposes. The seating for this, unprecedented in motorsports, or actually in sports anywhere, as this thing is absolutely amazing. But what it also does, it goes underneath some walkways, the covered grandstands, and there's a convention complex with a hotel. Those are all the vessels, the ships that go and watch the race. That's a hotel on the left there, with the skywalk going over it, and another hotel and convention center. That's the kind of course that we're talking about these guys are racing at. But Abu Dhabi is where they raced yesterday. And
amazing.
What a shocker. Who was the winner of the F1 race yesterday? Hey! Sebastian Vettel matches Michael Schumacher's 7th straight win for Vettel. Like we mentioned, he is the 2013 champion. He does have plenty of points. And the rest of the results from the F1 series, there they are. Mark Webber, he said on the pole, that's his teammate. But Vettel just took a little bit, got around him, and then continued to dominate. But again, very impressive F1 racing yesterday. Now, when it comes to the trucks racing in Texas, well, that is Brad Keselowski in the 19, the Sprint Cup champion from 2012. He just lost it. That's how touchy these vehicles were. That was about as exciting as it got, to be honest with you, in that race. And who was the guy that ended up dominating? That person right there. That is Ty Dillon. Austin Dillon's younger brother wins in the Richard Childress Racing truck. Last week, remember, we talked about Ty Dillon getting into it with Kevin Harvick. Remember about Kevin Harvick making a comment saying that these rich kids and yada, yada, yada. Well, he turns around, ends up winning the race. Take a look at the results from Texas on Friday. Ty Dillon wins. Johnny Sauter finished in 2nd place. Ron Hornaday Jr., one of the oldest competitors. Your buddy Brendan doing well. Jackie, 4th place. And Justin Lofton in the truck that they said was the made the most sense to race in Texas. It was the cattle truck. Now, here's something that happened in the nationwide race. And this is on Saturday. That is Travis Pastrana. Now listen to the audio of Travis talking to his crew. Turn this up.
Really sorry, guys. Sorry. Crap. Oh, my gosh. All good. Sorry about the car.
Yeah, his bad. His bad. He goes,
my bad.
Sorry about the car. So, yeah, sorry about the car. But that one, too, was a race that was dominated by one individual. We saw him spin in the trucks. He must have learned from that, because Brad Keselowski ends up winning that event, the nationwide race at the Texas Motor Speedway in Fort Worth. Right now, Denny Hamlin, again, another Cup driver, finished in 2nd. Sam Hornish, Matt Kenseth, Austin Dillon, and Mike Lennett finished in 14th. Austin and Sam Hornish, they are in the hunt for the championship in the nationwide series. Austin leads by 6 points, going in with 2 races left to go in the entire season. But now we take a look at the Sprint Cup action from Fort Worth. We do have, see, that's Carl Edwards and Brad Keselowski on the front row of the event. That is Jeff Gordon, and saw his championship's hopes just crash into the outside wall when he blew a left front tire. That's the guy that was tied for the lead for the Sprint Cup championships. He had to come back through the pits and drive safely speeding penalty. Cost him a chance to take over the lead, but then that man dominated that event without question. Jimmy Johnson, again, he's right where he wants to be. I don't know if there's any team that's better at joining the chase than Jimmy Johnson. He led 255 laps of the event. That's pretty impressive. The only other time anybody led more, I believe, Tony Stewart led 263 laps about night in 2006. But Junior ended up finishing second, so good job out of Junior as well. Logano finishing in third, and there's the way the points shook out. After everything was done, again, Kenseth and Johnson were tied going into the event. Now Jimmy leads Matt Kenseth by 7 points, and pretty much a lot of people are saying that's pretty much it. Harvick does have an outside chance of winning. Remember, one race, the most number of points you can get, 48 points.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so he's at 40 points behind the leaders. So have to just wait and see. 2 races left. Phoenix next week, and then down to Homestead, Miami, and we're done for the year.
Wow.
We'll see if Jimmy can become 6-time instead of 5-time, or Matt can become 2-time.
Who's got the most? Richard Petty.
Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt.
And they have 7.
They each have 7.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
Jimmy's getting close. All right, it's 6:48. That's your Monday morning race review brought to you by Scott's Automotive. We'll be